Ladies and gentlemen, this is an update on the story. Remember, this is a sheriff, and he saw a black man delivering newspaper. He has since spoken out saying he was afraid of this newspaper carrier who was only doing their job. Okay. And I have to question, I don't think he was afraid. Why would you follow somebody around in the dark as they're delivering the paper if you're that petrified? This man was just looking for a problem. So here's the update, y'all. This came out on Black Enterprise, March 24th, 2021. White sheriff said he was afraid of black newspaper carrier who was doing job. A white Washington state sheriff faces online backlash after being afraid of a black newspaper carrier. So this incident actually happened on January 27th. Pierce County Sheriff Ed Troyer called 911 on Cedric Altima, uh, and he was just delivering papers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just found out this dude didn't even really most of the delivery. He wasn't in. He wasn't even on foot. He was in his SUV throwing the newspaper out of the window from house to house. Now, how the hell does that scare a person? This man need help. He got some serious issues. How the hell, if a black man is coming down your street delivering newspaper, he got the windows down, he's throwing some papers to houses on the left, houses on the right. How the hell is that scary? How is that scary? This man got problems for real. Okay, so then remember, he called the police on Cedric, and then he retracted his story that he told the police. He lied and told the police that he threatened to kill him. No such thing happened. But see, this is what has been going on for 500 years, y'all. This is what has been going on. And now you can see how easy it was for our forefathers to get lynched. All it took was somebody to look like him to make some false accusation, and they could lose their lives for that. Look how easy it can be done. Okay. Now, after being followed, the black man that was delivering the paper, Cedric, decided to confront him because he didn't know what was going on. And he said the sheriff was in an unmarked SUV and it couldn't be identified as belonging to somebody in law enforcement. But I think that was intentional. The sheriff allegedly accused him of theft. How is somebody throwing a newspaper out of the window of their SUV committing theft? Oh, this is just crazy. And he says to him, I'm throwing papers out of the window left and right. Both windows are down, and I see this SUV hit the block. This is what Cedric is saying. I continue to do what I'm doing because I'm working. I'm not doing anything to harm the neighborhood. He continued. I said, if you had a problem and you feel like you're in danger, then you should call the police. So he's telling this dude, just call the police if you're so petrified. Go ahead and call the cops. So then he makes a comment like, oh, I got 4 cars in the driveway. And he looked at the dude and said, well, congratulations. I mean, so what? You got 4 cars in the driveway. So? And? So Cedric is 24 years old and said his life is in danger because Troyer's distress alert 40 plus units to the scene. Can you imagine that? 40 damn cop cars came to the scene because a black man was out in his SUV throwing papers out the windows from left to right. He was scared over that. Y'all got some problems. You need to deal with some of these people within your community. That's what y'all need to do. So the incident is now being disputed. The sheriff and police department, Troyer, claiming officers got his side of the story wrong. So he recanted his story, and now he's trying to put it on the police department and the sheriff department for getting everything wrong. This guy is just a mess, and he's a sheriff. This dude is I would go and look at his record. How many Black men that this dude falsely accused in his career? I think it deserves some serious investigation. Okay. According to the police, Troyer and his wife were setting up his newly won sheriff's office as he left his car open. A suspect decided to get inside of his SUV. The suspect and Troyer eventually fought over the sheriff's wallet and other belongings. I wouldn't believe nothing this guy say. I'm sorry. I mean, I know he's the sheriff and all, but I would not believe anything he says. I bet you he made that up too. I'm just saying, I bet he made that story about him fighting over a wallet and all that. I bet you he made that up too. Mm-mm-mm. So the suspect and Troyer eventually fought over the sheriff's wallet and belongings. Dispatcher said Troyer gave the department a license plate number and said the suspects were two Black males, here we go, wearing puffy jackets. The sheriff's response to the dispatch claim was that he actually told officers the suspects were wearing pullovers. Well, what difference does that make? I don't believe that story either. He was outside fighting with two Black guys. This dude is just making all this stuff up. And he's the sheriff, y'all. This is a sheriff. My heart goes out to Cedric. You need to sue. You need to sue him for making a false accusation against you, and you were only out there trying to do a job. This man needs to be sued. Okay? Because he could have had you killed. Just imagine when he called in that you threatened to kill him, because that's what he called in, that Cedric threatened to kill him, and all he was doing was throwing papers out of the window of his SUV. He could have been killed that morning. And he would never have known what was going on. It's not like we can hear what they're saying to 911. That's how sneaky these people are. You need to sue this man. Don't let him off the hook, and don't let him go off crying, mental illness and all that stuff, because they're notorious for doing that every time they commit a crime or do something wrong. All of a sudden, they're mentally ill. So please definitely sue this dude. He deserves it. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.